Ah, we're back.
We're back, although it'll probably feel
Wonderful
either
dragons.
it'll be split into another episode, or it'll feel like just a weird jump cut. So probably a
I
whole
do
nother
love a nice
video
jump
because the
cut.
previous one was like 2 hours.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Split it.
Anyway, yeah, we're back with D&D, where we last left off. Hugh and his party had subjugated the some unsavory assailants. We don't know what exactly they belong to, other than that they're a gang that resides in Slats. And they directed him. He was, of course, looking for more information about the Psionic Man and saw an opportunity and some people that needed something and could possibly use. So he learned about what is it called? The King of Rags? I have it wrote down here. Let me just pull out my notebook again. Yes, so Hugh is interested in this King of Rags that has been told to him by... I don't think the guy revealed his name, did he?
He did not. You do not know.
We know Bob. We know
Oh
Bob.
boy.
Bob's,
Bob is a frozen statue.
yeah, in fear right now. But they're sufficiently terrified of us. That is true. Like, the entire group that raided us is very terrified of us. But yes, he is the king of Rags is also known as the ruler of the Slats. So we hope to get an audience with him to possibly find out more about the psionic person, and Hugh has a couple other ideas he wants as well to run across this man. Or woman, depending. We have no idea. So we're currently waiting, or we've been waiting for him to bring one of his what he calls his ears, which are basically people that know where the King of Rags is at the moment. So,
Yep.
wow, that was actually a pretty good synopsis in a short time.
It was.
Getting better.
You guys basically wait around for a little while, like sitting in the alley, kind of like gathering yourselves after the altercation you guys experienced.
About how long is that?
10 to 15 minutes.
Oh, okay, good.
And you see he comes back with one of his, what looks like another one of his henchmen. He's like, all right, this guy is one of the king's ears. He can lead you to them, although you guys will have to be blindfolded.
Fine.
All right. And he kind of like pulls out some scraps of black cloth. He's like, all right, come here. Tie these up on you guys. You guys.
All right, I kneel down so I can tie it. Yeah.
So you guys get the blindfold side, and he's like, all right, now follow us.
Yeah.
Roll like, and then like kind of just like follow the sound of our voices.
Okay. So we'll do the best of our abilities, of course. I'll follow their voices. Okay. So.
Let me listen check.
Okay. I figured someone was gonna try to do something.
We're not gonna have that in my Christian server.
Get the cancer out of here. Listen. Listen. My listen is +2, so 15.
Alright, 15. Alright, so you guys managed to like listen well enough to be able to follow them through.
Okay. Not bumping into walls.
Yeah, there's really not too much of anything goes on while you guys basically just walk there.
Alright.
Other than like the shuffling of their feet in front of you and them every now and then like, all right, we're gonna turn here and such. You don't really hear too much out of the ordinary.
All right.
So then you hear what almost sounds like, you hear the crackling of fires again, except for it sounds like it's really close.
Okay.
Or that either it's really close or there's a very big fire.
Okay.
And all of a sudden you hear, "Ah, Greedo! Who is this you brought me? Who are these people?" And the
Okay.
guy, the main like head honcho of the gang.
Okay, Guido is, I'm
He
guessing,
kind
who
of
he was
speaks
speaking
up.
to. Yeah.
Yeah, Greedo. He
Guido,
speaks
sorry.
up. He's like, I brought these travelers. I guess you guys are travelers. Anyway, I brought these guys. They needed some information. Said we could make out some kind of trade. And you hear the other voice like, yes, well, if you don't mind, get those cloths off of their faces. He's like, all right, will do. And he just like takes them off, and
I say thank you.
you see in front of you. What you can see is a really haggard, old-looking man, and like this almost what seems to be vines. You assume
So
to be
like
all over his body.
So like a druid almost.
Almost, you assume that he's like got some kind of
Weird magic or something going on.
weird magic or something. He's got
Okay.
like old gnarled beard with like vines and stuff on there. You see like beetles and like other insects run in and out of it. He's got like this just wild hair.
You know,
And-
it sounds like you're describing the guy from the Hobbit movies, the new ones. You know what I'm thinking of?
I had not seen any of the Hobbit movies, so I don't know who you're talking.
If I can find a picture, I'll put it in Discord.
Maybe who's
But,
from the Hobbit movie?
He's got like this gnarled old like wooden staff with him too. He's like sitting in this actually very nice looking wooden throne, and behind him there's like a giant like bonfire just burning, like lighting up this whole area. It looks like you're in like a little almost like a cellar almost.
Okay.
Seems like the cellar of an old building that they've kind of like renovated out to be a little throne room.
I put it in chat, by the way.
only his beard doesn't look that nice.
Yeah, I'm assuming. That's
His
the.
hair is like all over the place. Yeah.
Alright, yep, so. But you said we're like in a cellar of some sort.
He's like sitting up on this throne. He's like, hello there, travelers. What is it you have in my fine city?
Yes, the.
What brings you here?
Well, as your, I would say, subordinate. And I kind of like look to see make any type of gesture to that
Oh,
word.
Greedo. He's like, Greedo, he's just an old friend.
Yes. Apologies about his. And I kind of gesture to his cheek, probably as part of his face. Hopefully,
Yeah.
he might want to get that sought to. We had a bit of a lively run-in with him and his friends or his accomplices. I assure you,
well,
we do not wish to cause any trouble.
Well, I would hope so.
Yes, we simply just would like a simple exchange of information and possibly an agreement of sorts.
Yes, well, it's not every day that Greedo brings me some outsiders. Usually just some animals for me to kill and eat or something of the such.
Well, yes, we're not exactly here to be eaten, but
And he's like, by the way, Greedo, did you happen to bring any animals with you? I'm getting quite peckish. He's like, sorry, with all the hullabaloo with these guys going on, I couldn't really manage to grab anything. I was like, well, I guess we'll see to that later. Anyways, continue.
this shouldn't take too long. Yes, so yes, we're travelers. You could almost call us adventurers to a certain extent. We are currently looking for a certain individual who is, let's just say, a person of interest. We were wondering, with your connections and such, if you could assist us in locating him. There would be some rewards in it for you, of course, and your companions. And if you had any other information about some particularly chaotic individuals residing in the city.
I require 2 cows worth of meat. Do you have any meat?
Cow's meat. You'd like cow's meat?
will suffice. Meat, yes.
Go get this man.
We could procure you some. I imagine there's animals in the forest, correct?
Well, there are some, yes, but not as many as back in the old days before the people started settling here again. I suppose you could try there, but no matter. You will not receive any information until I have 2 cows worth of meat.
So it does not have to be specifically cow's meat, but it could be
No, just 2 cows
cows worth of meat.
of meat.
Okay. Well, I guess I should also make the other stipulation to this agreement. Could you potentially also assist us if, once again, if we find this 2 cows worth of meat for you, and finding a particular organization in the city as well, or any type of information?
Depends on how good this meat is.
Okay. Would you like it cooked or just raw?
I like raw meat.
I just kind of nod. Okay.
Why is Antonio meet the cool people?
I meet the fucking weirdos. Okay. We will be back with your two cows, correct, worth of meat?
What does he
2
consider a
cows? And he
cow?
like slams the staff. 2 cows worth of meat.
What does he
at
consider
once!
a cow?
Okay.
That's subjective.
What'd you say?
Trap. It's a trap.
What's a trap?
How much is a cow?
I mean, I can imagine like a big chunk of cow like meat. Like I'm
Are
assuming.
you sure you want to imagine?
I'm taking Greedo with me anyway. I was gonna ask him to come with us. So I say, okay, we will go procure you the meat, and we can finalize our discussions then. I kind of like gesture to bow to him.
Yes, the meat.
And I say, Greedo, could you please assist us with this?
The meat.
I was like, and then the king kind of looks at him and is like, you are scheduled to get me meat anyway. Just go along with them. And he's Greedo just sighs like, I suppose I have to.
Okay. And yeah. We will.
All right. So, you guys are blindfolded again.
Yeah, and then
walked out
Yep.
to a certain distance, and then you're unblindfolded.
Okay. And I look at as he does that. Okay, Greedo. So 2 cows worth of meat. Where could we find that potentially, or how? What exactly? How much is that?
First, we're gonna need to get a couple people. In terms of, either I can get some people to measure the amounts of meat that we bring back until we have 2 cows worth, or we can just go get some cows.
Do you know where we can get some cows?
I mean, they've got some cows in the research district.
Huh. Okay. Sure. However, and I kind of look at Greedo, let us try another method of acquiring the cows before we resort to stealing them first. Okay.
Always gotta be the adventurer hero types. I gotta take it the hard way. But sure.
Not everything has to be stolen. Some things can be made through a transaction or a trade. And I kind of walk off. So where is this area in the research district? I've been there, but I'm not familiar with the cow area of the research district myself.
And Dream's just like, there's no cow area. There are areas where livestock is experimented on, but there is no cow area.
Okay, then we will head to that
I can
area.
take you there, I suppose.
Please do, Dream.
Alright, so you guys head out. It takes you guys like 30 minutes to get there.
Are cows a common thing, by the way?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just making sure.
Cow district.
I was watching. I was watching. I didn't say cow district, did I?
I know, but
I said cow
No, you
area
did
or
use the
something.
cow
Yeah.
area, but
Yeah.
it's,
I
it's
see what he
like,
means,
yes,
but
take me to the cow district.
yeah. But yeah. So 30 minutes.
All right, so you guys, it's about like, it's basically midnight at this point.
Okay.
So it's the dead of night. You guys like walk in. There's not very many
Cows.
people around.
People, yeah.
No,
Not many cows. No.
there's not very many people around because you know it's kind of late. And
Late.
everyone's retired to their houses for the night.
Mhm.
But you guys go into the research building.
Mhm.
There's like one guard standing outside. Dream kind of like nods at him, and he like lets you through. And yeah, you were at the agriculture research facility.
The guard that let us through. Is there any type of strange expression on his face when Dreen like nods to him or anything? Like
Nope.
surprise or anything? He just Dreen, and then kind of passes us on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just making sure.
So you guys are in, and then you can see like first you see like this weird contraption that this chicken is sitting on,
Okay.
and it seems like almost as it's creating like a gust of wind, but instead of forcing things out, it's pulling things in, and the chicken is sitting on top of it, and it's a clear tube made of like a glass, you assume.
Okay.
And you can hear like a and then you see an egg get sucked through the tube, and then the eggs are getting sucked through the tube from this chicken.
As I pass by, I'm like, that looks incredibly painful. Next.
And you can hear the chicken just like going off.
Continue. Let's get to those cows.
You continue to walk down. You see like some pigs.
Mm-hmm.
At first they seem like normal everyday pigs. And then they turn like in your direction.
Mm-hmm.
Their whole face is full of eyes.
Okay, continuing.
You continue to walk down, and you finally get to the cows.
Okay.
And you can see a couple of the cows are hooked up to some kind of machine, almost similar to the one the chicken was hooked into. Except for it's on their udders.
And it seems to be sucking out liquid of some sorts.
Yes.
They're tornadoes.
And these cows are not happy.
Not about to be happy either. Where we're taking them. So where is there anybody by here?
There are like one or two researchers you can see like going back and forth, like checking on the chicken.
I'm going to, if there's a researcher near the cows, I'm going to get his attention. You there? Is it a woman or man?
It's a human man. He's just kind of.
You there, sir?
He looks up. He's like, yes.
Yes. See, I kind of like lean over. See, I have a little bit of a problem. See, I have some friends of mine. You know, I need to do a bluff check for this. I should probably do the bluff check before I start speaking, shouldn't I?
And at this point, as you like start to talk, he looks at Breen and like this with this questioning look on his face, like, who the hell are these people? And she's just like, just go with it.
Yes, so I have a few friends of mine, and we're currently stuck in a little business transaction, see, and one of them would just kindly like cows, 2 cows worth of meat. So we would have gone hunting, but we're a little bit pressed for time. So I would like to procure 2 of your cows if you wouldn't mind. I can pay for them.
2 of our cows?
Yes. Yes.
Well, we do need some more funds for some more eclectic research projects.
I will not question what those are right now, but
He's
I'm
just
only
like
concerned.
He's like talking to himself.
I'm more
as he
concerned
says
with
this.
getting the payment
He's
I
like,
need for a job.
I suppose I could let them go for 2. Hmm. I could let them go for maybe like 500 gold.
500 gold together. See, I don't have that. I don't have that much gold. Could I possibly do it for 400?
Are you gonna like try to
I mean,
barter with this man?
actually, you know what I'm gonna do? As I say this, look, I'll kind of like take him aside. Look, I don't actually have that much gold, and to be fair, this is also has your life depending on it. Not from us. Let's just say some things tomorrow.
And then he's like, are you threatening?
No, I was like, as I
Ready
look,
to
I'm
call
like,
the guards?
no, sir. Like, you see who I'm with. No, we're not threatening you. However,
I don't know. Sometimes Dreen's got that weird look in her eyes when she looks at me.
she is here to help you. Although she might have some mischievous looks about her, she is here to help you. I am here to help you. We only need 2 cows.
And as you say this, like, he looks over at Dreen. And you know how she's usually just, like, stoic. Face.
Yes.
And she kind of gives him, like, a slight, like, smile. Like, her best attempt
Oh
at
my
a
god.
smile.
Dream, you're not helping.
He's, like, already creeped out by the...
And I'm like, look, sir. I'm like, how should I? I'm thinking now, I'm like, okay. I'll be quite frank with you. I advise tomorrow that you stay at home. You know, the festival and everything going out. I advise you do not go to it.
He's like, what are you saying? Is there something going on?
No. Nothing too bad.
Don't come to school tomorrow, kid. I like you.
I like you. I think you
wouldn't
got a
want
life
anything to
going.
happen to you.
Yeah. Well, see, you know, with big events like that, things can be dangerous, and you never know what might happen. Now, we're trying to prevent something possible from happening, of course, similar to your guards and things like that. I'm sure you didn't know, but we're actually working with the guild. What are they called? Not the guild. The council. Sorry, my bad. The council. Does he like ring it? Does that ring any bells at all, or is he kind of like?
He's like the council. You're on official business.
Yes. Why would I not? Why would I have been with Dreen if I wasn't? Also, the guard let us in without what?
As you're doing this, give me a spot check.
Okay. I had a feeling somebody was gonna get a little impatient. Yeah. Please. 19. My spot's bad though. I think it's like +4. Let me check that real quick. My spot is nope. I got 20.
All right. Well, you don't see anything.
Okay.
So yeah, you can just continue talking to him.
So I'm like, all right. I'm like, but yes. So, I think that you should give us these cows, not for free, of course. You're a man of research and trade. I know you could not, of course, afford a living if you did not get any monetary rewards. But if we could get some sort of discount for this at the moment, we're in a bit of a rush.
Someone ring the doorbell.
All right.
Ding a donga, ring a rong.
I'm trying to think.
Damn, 500 gold for cows. I think it's because it's research cows.
Yeah, that's
Pretty sure it
why.
would have been cheaper if she would have went to the market and actually, like a farm maybe.
Yeah, a farm would have been easier, but like I don't really think that's probably on like the ass end of town, and like we're pressed for time. The guy didn't care where the meat came from. He just took 2 cows worth
We
of
could
meat.
have went to a butcher shop and got 2 cows, 2 meat worth.
2 cows were worth of meat. There you go. Yeah. True.
Like the research district is such a weird place to get
Cows from.
cows.
Look, man, he's getting that prime meat that's been edited.
And who knows what chemicals are in that?
I said they've been edited. I didn't say they were safe. I'll ask him before we take him, like, oh, is this a natural cow? And whatever.
You're about to pay for. You don't even know what the cow's condition.
I don't really care. He asked for 2 cows worth of meat. He did not care the condition. He even said he wasn't really. He just needed 2 cows worth of meat.
Before he gets poisoned, dies before you get any information.
I am gonna ask if anything's about what's wrong with the cows. I was gonna ask that after or before I actually bought them anyway, but yeah.
He's just, you know what? He just chokes on the meat. He dies. Not even from like poison. I think he just
Chokes on
and
the
dies.
meat, dude. I would be actually pissed if that happened. I would be extremely angry.
Oh, fish. What I got? Unbreaking.
You're just fishing for.
I've been fishing like non-stop.
For those that don't know, Lewis right now is fishing in Minecraft. I'm gonna see if I can get into 300 or 200 gold. Otherwise, I guess the market is the next best place. But I'm sure like a market's closed. You know what I mean? I guess it doesn't hurt to ask. Yeah. Because market would have been my second option. I didn't even think of butcher. That was my bad. I mean, I can't say it because it'd be metagaming, but I was thinking of market.
It's so weird that the guy also suggested the research district out of everything.
I mean, that's what makes me think he wants something specific. Or actually, wait, no. Dreen recommended the research district, didn't she?
No.
No, the one dude.
Like at the research district, we can steal some cows.
Yeah, so the one dude did. Greedo. Yeah.
Greedo was getting greedy.
I was thinking about that, but at the same time, I'm like, no. It was a thought, but I will not act on that thought until I was actually planning on acting on that thought, which was after we got the cows. I must not metagame.
That chicken wormhole thing, that's interesting.
It's not a chicken wormhole. It's a chicken with its butt stuffed in a tube, and it's sucking out
at
eggs.
The bottom of the tomb is a whirlwind of
Air.
that takes the eggs out of his asshole and brings it somewhere.
He's just describing.
He's
He's describing a siphon, dude.
I thought it was a tornado that
No.
was like sucking.
No, it's a siphon he's describing. I'm pretty sure.
That was a tornado that was like sucking the eggs out of his ass.
No, it's his ass is on a tube and the eggs are getting sucked out of it. It's a siphon.
Because I heard the wind. That's why.
Yeah, because wind is sucking it.
In my head, it was a tornado.
That's what it sounds like.
Anyway, yeah, so.
I hope that part gets put in.
Yeah, it is. Anyway, let me just mark some on my paper, so. Anyway.
Just calculating something in the background.
Alright.
Calculation.
Oof.
What's oof?
So, as you're talking to him,
Yeah.
he's like talking, he's listening, and then you hear like a clunk, kind of like a thud against the back of his head. He just slumps and falls to the ground, unconscious. You can see Greedo behind him, like.
I put my fingers to my eye. You know, like the one thing that you put your fingers to your eyes. You're just like, Greedo, really?
He's like, look, man, it was gonna be. You didn't have money, and it was gonna be. Look, what were you gonna say to him to try to persuade him, huh? You really think it was gonna work?
I had other means of persuasion other than just my speaking voice, you know. But I guess I will not have to try those out. So, how do you plan on getting the cows out?
Simple. Through the front door.
With the guard. And the other researchers.
We're just tell him that we got it from. Hey, you. And he points to like Dreen. He's like, "What's this guy's name?" She's like,
Do you know his name,
Peter.
Dreen? Peter.
"That's Peter."
I apologize, Dreen.
I was like, "Well,
I'll have to be
Sounds
quicker
not
on
right
my
to me.
words next time. I guess we should
seems
at
so.
least put him somewhere where he is comfortable for the time being and a little bit
him in
out
the
of
cow machine.
eyes. And I kind of look, so I'm gonna look around a little bit and see where I can put him.
Put him in the cow machine.
Alright, you can see like all the stuff like you pass so far is kind of behind like this chain link, like fencing. So like the cows are in like these little chain link things. On the other side, there look like to be some offices or like some other research labs.
So we'll put him behind the chain. Is like the chain things, are they like thick or are they
No, they're thin enough so you can like see through and like see
behind them?
you know, animals inside.
Alright, then let's put him behind the, let's go into the office, see if we can put him behind there.
What about Greedo? What does he want to do with the guy? Put
Yeah.
him on the cow machine? I think that's what Greedo wants to do.
Oh my god. No, Lewis.
Greedo's just like, just hide him somewhere.
Wait, you know what?
Somewhere
Is there like
safe.
food, like hay or whatever? What do cows eat? They eat grass. Shit, never mind. That's horses.
I mean, they can eat hay.
I mean, they can, but I don't. Is there like any type of stacked up food source or anything near the cows?
You can see there's a place they go over to that looks like they're eating something. There's like a contraption, like a metal work contraption where there's like a gear turning
Okay, let's not put him there just in
slowly,
case
like on
he.
a clock. Yeah, and unless like food still like falls out of it at certain predetermined times.
Heavy machinery and people don't generally go well together. I know from experiences. Anyway, let's put him. I guess I'll just like put him under something. So like any like desk or any type of like tucked away compartments.
You gonna walk into the office?
Not with him, but like kind of like peek in.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody there?
Nope, it's empty.
Any place like would be very conspicuous to put him like under the, like under the desk or something of an office.
Yeah, there's a desk that has like a little cubby in the inside where you can like, you know.
Ah!
Put the food.
Perfect idea. Is there like kind of like names or whatever on the offices at some point?
Yeah.
Can we find Peter's desk?
Sure. Give me a search check.
Okay, I think you know what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, wow. I nat 20 this. Okay, fine. I nat 20.
Boy.
Yes.
So you find Peter's office.
Okay. Is his chair there?
Yeah, his chair is there.
I'm
Has, like,
going
desk and
to
everything.
go out of the room for a moment, pick up Peter. Should I do a strength check or whatever?
Yeah.
Alright. Yes, I'm gonna go out there. I got a 13 plus my strength modifier.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's plus 3, but let me check. No, it's plus 4, so 17. Sling him over my back.
Alright, yep. You just pick him up, sling him over your shoulder.
And I walk over to his desk, place him gently in the chair. I kind of put his arm, like, you know, like the resting position where your kind of arm is hanging with your head. And then I just kind of look as there's like a notebook or anything, kind of put that on the desk, put a pin on it, and put his hand near it, his other hand near it, I mean, and I say, how good does that look? What would I need to do, like a perform check or something?
Mm-hmm. Do a perform check.
Alright, perfect, because my skills are bathing for it. Alright, I rolled a 14, plus my performance, a 18.5.
Alright. You managed to make him look pretty convincing.
Okay.
As if he just dozed off while writing
Yes.
at his desk.
I see, that looks pretty good, if I do say so myself. Now then, if we would not...
Greedo's just like, yeah, alright, let's get on with the cows.
Yes. So, how do we get them out of these things?
And Jane's like, we have to go. We just need to unlock the doors of the chain link fence. Then we can go in and take 2.
But how? Greedo, do you have any skills at picking... Is it like a lock or a switch? Like an actual lock?
It's like a lock, but Dreen is like, I'm able to get into it. It shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, then. Let's hurry this up. This night has been inconvenient enough.
So you guys head over to the excuse me. You guys head over there to, and Dream basically unlocks it, and you guys walk in. So there are like a good amount of cows there, like 10, 15 cows
Alright.
in this whole like area.
We just need 2 of them. They look like relatively normal.
Give me a spot check.
Okay. Also, as I'm looking at these, I want to kind of look and ask Garrido, any reason why we needed to get cows from the research center and not like a market or something, or like meat from a market?
They don't sell cows. They don't just sell cows like that, you idiot.
I mean, like meat in general.
Meat, yeah, but look at what time it is. Think the market stalls are open?
Fair enough. I'm like, alright, so we... what I got? 12 plus, you said spot?
Mm-hmm.
I think, go with it as a 13. I believe it's a 13. Yeah, it's 13.
Okay. So. Most of these cows look pretty good.
Nothing looks unhealthy about them. They don't look any certain way.
A couple of them seem to have an extra tail, but that's about it.
Okay, we'll leave those.
And that tail's in the front.
Okay, we will leave those, and we will grab 2 of the normalest looking cows we can see. Or I can see, I guess.
Alright.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so I want to look at these cows, just as a real quick thing. I want to look at these cows on my arcane sight. Do I see anything weird?
Well, a little bit.
Such as?
There's a faint green glow. Not super strong.
Do I know what that
hey,
is?
Obviously sticking out, but like in there, it looks to be in like in their intestinal tract or something. All of them have kind of like this little green glow.
Is it moving?
No.
And like I might, when I do this, my eyes do glow. So I'm like, Garrido, your companion doesn't get upset about meat with a little bit extra taste, does he?
Look. The man just likes meat. I don't really know what it is. He just. I'm not gonna question it.
I understand that. I am a procurer of meat myself, but most meat I eat doesn't glow green on the inside. As I kind of squint looking at it. I don't think it. Does it seem harmless to me?
I don't know. It's probably just some little experiment they're doing or something.
Does it seem harmless to me?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's not like super strong. Like there's a strong presence of it.
It's just like in them faintly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I shrug it off for now. Release my arcane sight and then go get 2 cows. Kind of like
All right.
pull at them or pull at the like lead or whatever on them.
Do you have the handle animal skill?
I don't know if I do. Handle animal. No. I
Alright.
do not.
Well, this is gonna be fun.
Oh God.
So, you're gonna roll me a d20.
Oh no. This is about to be bad. I rolled me a 7. Alright, yep. Yep.
You rolled a 7?
Yeah, one sec.
So you can. Alright.
Hello. Hello. Oh yeah, I'll get in a moment. Oh, I almost dropped the thing. I'll get in a moment. I'm coming now. Yeah, whatever. Alright. I'll be right back in a moment.
So Lewis,
Yee.
you ready for your? You ready when we finally get to your adventure in the? Antonio's adventure has been pretty interesting to say the least. Good old King of Rags, or King of Rags. I mean.
Who do hello? Is everyone dead?
No, I'm here.
Oh,
What do you think you're into on your adventure?
I don't know. Honey?
Nah, think about it. Antonio usually does run into like the weird characters more than you do. Time to post some dank memes.
What is D? Oh, what?
I love this meme so much, dude, where they just put Drake and Josh like in like all these different pictures. I think I've got another one where they're like they're in freaking Star Wars. Yeah, there we go. I had another one where they were in Lego Star Wars, and he was just like looking at him. Oh, here we go. That's good meme right there.
I have not watched Black Panther yet.
Now watched it. Pretty good. You know I had to do it to him.
What the?
You know I had to do it to him.
Alright, I'm back. Everyone still here?
Yeah, whatever you do, don't check the NSFW chat.
Why?
There are memes in there.
Huh. When you threaten the Senate and he does a 720-degree spin move towards you. Dominicans after watching Black Panther. I'm still. Alright, back to the thing. Alright, so. So what was that? Was about 4:45. We'll say that was. So that was 40 to 47. And we're back. Yeah, and we're back. So, yeah. So where did we? I had to go do something real quick. Anyway, so yeah, we're leaving, right? Oh wait, no. I rolled 7 on my animal handling. What does that mean?
So you try to like goad this cow into like moving with you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, coming out. He just kind of stands there and stares at you.
Okay. Trying to think. I'm gonna I'm trying to look real quick. I'm gonna look at Dreen and say, can you do something to simple creatures to coax them into doing something? I'm not exactly the best with animals.
I suppose I could try.
Okay, try something, because this cow is just staring at me and not wanting to move. Elandris, you have any ideas?
Yeah, just give me a sec. I'm like looking through as well.
I'm just like, we've got the cows. Now how do we get them out? Fuck. We didn't say.
Tried once and failed completely. He's like, come on, cow. He's like, what are you looking at?
It's like, moo.
I mean, the closest she has is she could do. Alright, I guess she can try to do this. So, she basically like looks at the cow for a second, like just stares at it, and they like kind of lock eyes with each other.
Mm-hmm.
What the heck? Alright, let's do this.
What happened?
I gotta roll for the cow to see if he gets
Oh my-
affected or not.
Wow,
I don't know.
it's a simple ass creature too.
Oh my god.
No way.
He kind of just looks at her for like they stare at each other, and then he just puts his head back down.
Want me to do
He's
some
like
cow sound effects?
chewing his cud. Yeah, he's just like.
I just look at
And then he
Drain
starts
with
chewing
like
his
a
cud.
face, just like, did it work?
No.
You can't control the cow.
Look, it's not my proudest.
I have like the blankest expression on my face right now looking at this. All right, Greedo, you got anything to coach animals?
Yeah, I got a little idea. You mind getting on top of the animal? Come on, take a ride on the cow real quick.
I think this is a bad idea.
Take a ride on the cow, buddy.
You're gonna smack it in the ass, aren't you?
Nah, why would I do that? We're friends. I wouldn't put you in danger. Like
Greedo,
that.
my friend froze your friend to death, and I almost cut your head off. I'm pretty sure we're not exactly friends.
Nah, man, that's all in the past.
Business acquaintances,
these are new
but that's
times.
about it.
These are new times. Come on,
How about this?
trust me. Come on, look at me. Look at me. Do I look like an untrustworthy guy? And he gives you like this smile. He's got like a couple teeth missing. He's just like, and then he smiles for a second, turns his head and like spits on the ground, and then turns back to you and smiles.
Oh my god. Fine. I'm like trying to think. One second, let me look up some stuff I have. I'll try coaching it again.
All right.
Alright. So, day 20?
Yep.
14.
14. Oh man. You're like so close, but no.
He's not moving.
No, he looks at you again. It's just like,
I'm practically pushing this damn cow and it's just staring at me.
yeah, you're like pushing it, and he's just kind of like getting pushed slightly and looking at you like,
Assistant Yolandris.
all right, roll for your laundress.
She has no animal handling either.
No.
15.
Hey, look at that. This cow, this one cow, is now like, yeah, they're just like, come on, let's go. And it's kind of like, and like following now.
It just moves. I fall
Follow.
over with it. Like, just fall
You're
over.
like still like trying to push it, and as it starts to move, you just kind of fall over.
I'm just like, all right, Dream, you want to try to control this cow? And I point to the one next to me.
I suppose. She's not gonna use her power. She's just gonna use a regular roll.
Yeah, she's kind of,
doesn't want to waste power points.
she's been kind of hurt after that, that cow.
She kind of looks awkwardly at it, like doing these like slight hand gestures. She's like, "Come on, cow, let's go. Come on." And the cow just looks at it and is like, doesn't even say anything this time. Just turns away from her.
I just kind of like pat her on like the shoulder. I'm like, I got this. I'll try it. I'm like, please come with me as I kind of motion. Oh my god, I got a nat 20.
Hey, this cow just like looks up at you. Is like, all right, let's go.
All right, and let's go. Let's start moving out of the place.
All right, you guys start moving.
Anybody give us like awkward stares?
Nope. Dream just kind of like gives them like a nod.
Mm-hmm.
And
The guard.
You guys kind of just pass through. The guard, as you guys pass the guard, Dream's like, we're taking these out to for field study.
Yes.
And the guard's just like, all right. And he just kind of nods and lets you guys through.
If I wanted to be a dick, I could say, actually, yes, Peter told us that this would be all right. He's actually the one studying here. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that'd be really funny. Just throw Peter under the bus. He's knocked out. No, I won't do that. Now, if I was Cam, that would have been the first thing I did.
It was Jeff. He probably would have done the same thing.
Man, Jeff would have just stole the goddamn cow.
Honestly, that's true.
But
Wait, what?
nothing. Anyway.
Happened?
It
What'd
was
I do?
paid. It's just nothing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So yeah, you guys would make it out, start leading it towards the slats.
Yep.
Just give me one more animal handle check.
14.
All right, you're fine.
All right. Probably because of the nat 20. Otherwise, that cow would not be listening to me. All right.
So you guys basically get the cows, and Greedo's like, "All right, I'm gonna have to blindfold you boys again."
All
Boys
right.
and girls, boy.
Yes.
And she's like, and he like blindfolds you guys, like, "All right, now make sure you guys got those cows with you."
I kind of like have my hand kind of like, I imagine they have like a collar of some sort, right?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like have that around that, kind of like leading the cow with me as I walk.
Okay. So, after a short while, you guys are unblindfolded.
And we stand before...
The King of Rags.
We have brought you your payment as requested. Now, about our deal.
Ah, yes! The 2 cows!
Yes.
And you kind of see him like, he's like, "Boys, if you don't mind." And they kind of come over. You see 2 guys come up from around back that seem like they've got like these makeshift like aprons made out of like other tighter cloths kind of sewn together.
Oh, butchers probably.
Yeah, and it's got like blood, like dried blood all over them. They look kind of scruffy. They pull out 2 crossbows.
All right.
Load in like these oversized bolts. And they just go like, poof, poof. You just hear 2 shots. Poof, poof. One goes into one cow, one goes into the other, and they're just like, poof, fall over. They like die.
As I said, I'm like,
Right
I'm just like, I'm sorry.
And the king's like, "Ah, yes, my 2 cows." Then he gets down from this throne and just starts eating one of them. He just like peels back the skin.
I'm like looking at. So what is Dreamed and Yolandra's expression during this? Are they kind of like me? Like, okay, this is fucking weird.
Yolandra's has already turned away in disgust.
I'm like,
and Dreen is just kind of like you know, her usual stoic face. Just
yeah.
Yep, that's something.
I kind of like put my hand on the back of Yolandra's. I'm like, yeah. Just like as like a form of consoling, basically.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah. It's like we just remember we have to save these people. And I'm just like, and as I kind of look back at this dude like carving up this just killed cow, I'm just like, oh, this is in my mind, I'm just like, oh, this is fucking disgusting.
He's like eating it now, and there's like blood everywhere, like all over this man's face and everything.
And I'm like,
Does he choke?
King Rags. Shut up, Lewis.
What do you mean? How do I know? He's my character.
King. That's what Lewis and me were talking about before. He's like, "What happens if he chokes on the meat?" I'm like, "No." So Sir King of Rags.
He's like, ah. He's like, his mouth is like sticky with the blood of like this cow. As he like looks up at you. He's like, ah, yes, I forgot.
A deal. I don't mind you eating, of course. It was your reward, of course, but I would like us to finalize our deal at least before you continue.
All right. He's like, ah, yes, of course. What is this information you need? As he like stands up and
so
sits back in the chair.
Are you familiar with the Cult of Chaos, sir?
Cult of Chaos. cult? No, I don't believe I'm familiar with the cult of chaos.
Dream.
Although, and then Dream, you kind of like see Dream motion towards him.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, those fools. Yes, those are the boys that keep trying to bring back old Cicero, I believe, if I'm correct, right?
Huh. So you do know about them, or at least a little bit of them.
Oh yes, they've been around for a while, about as long as I have.
You wouldn't happen to know what they're currently doing at the moment, would you?
Well, other than us spotting a couple of these weird rooms they've been placing around, not much.
I imagine not really your interest, as I kind of motion towards the cow.
It's like, no, not really, no.
Well,
More concerned about the safety of my people.
yes.
Until something happens to them,
Well,
I'm not really concerned with what they're doing.
are your people the people of the slats?
Yes.
Well, then, I believe we might have information that would make us, let's say, allies in the situation. See, we're trying to prevent something from happening tomorrow during the festival. Whether or not you personally enjoy or indulge in the festival is not necessarily a concern. What is, however, is, as you said, your people, which I'm sure you would love to protect. Correct?
Yeah. To protect these people.
Sorry, say that again.
So-
You cut out. Couldn't hear you.
I've already sworn to protect these people, so
Yes.
if anything will benefit them, I will at least hear you out.
Yes. Well then. We're simply tomorrow. There is going to be an assault on the festival, and it will involve the entire city, and I imagine it will extend to the slats as well. We're trying to prevent this, but I won't lie. We're quite outnumbered, and we're quite ill prepared. And going off of loose information we've gathered from the last few days. However, with your assistance of your companions, we could potentially thwart these efforts quicker and with less damage to the city and the populace of the city in all districts. Especially yours, the slats, since we believe, and I motion to Drain as well, this person, this wood elf here, is very, let's say, dangerous and is potentially one of the main cause of this situation. And I like the reason I motion to Drain is like to flash the image in his face or in his head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Have you?
So he receives...
Are you familiar with him?
And he like calls over someone to his throne. He kind of like whispers with them. They have like a little conversation real quick. Whispers back and forth. And
Can I hear what they're whispering about?
No, unless you want to give me like a listen check.
I'll give a listen check. Might as well. 12 plus. I probably have to get a high listen. 14.
Nah, you can't really hear it.
All right.
But he's like, yes, we've gotten some sightings of this man, but nothing of his what he's exactly doing here.
Yes. Well, we have information, like I said, that would lead us, especially with a few run-ins with him personally. He is very dangerous and is definitely working with this cult to cause something tomorrow. Now, all we need, we do not require you to necessarily fight, only that you would defend your people, as I'm sure you will do anyway. But any possibility that you could find this man and give us the information by tomorrow before 8 would be nice, before the festival begins, would be very helpful.
He's like, I can tell you if any of my people noticed him.
Yes.
I cannot guarantee anything.
That is okay. We will be, until the festival's beginning, we will be where, you can ask Rita where we met him. We will be around that area. if you need us.
He's like, wow, I suppose our business is over then.
Yes. And if the possibility extends and this all goes rather well and everyone is saved, how would you say you are would you say you know a lot of things about the underground, not just the city, but the area as well?
Well, I know of the forest surrounding this area, but I do not know much of what goes on in the other districts.
Okay.
I only care for my people and the forests.
Understood. But thank you. And I kind of nod to him. Enjoy your transaction. And I kind of turn away.
He's like, yes. Nagrito export these travelers out.
I kind of like gesturally put my hand around Yolandra's shoulder to kind of like as we're going.
And like as you guys like turn around to leave, you can just see him tearing back into this cow again.
I just like Dream can probably probably can sense what I'm thinking right now, even without reading my mind. Just like this is.
He said what?
I just said this is and I just like nod off and continue walking with Yolandris.
All right, so yep, you guys get the whole blindfold treatment again.
Yep.
The old blindfold treatment. That's got to be some kind of sex move somewhere.
The old blindfold treatment. Oh my god.
The old blindfold treatment.
The old dog.
But yeah, you guys get out, and at this point, you believe it's probably around 1:30 in the morning.
Well, we should probably find a place to rest for a bit. Well, around the alley. So any type of hidden place around the alley, I asked Rito about.
It's like, there are some places.
Yes.
Although you might still want to watch your stuff.
Yes.
Me and my people might not get you, but there are tons of scavs out here.
Well, as you know firsthand, if someone would like to try to assault us, I'm sure they will find themselves to bite off more than they can chew. And I kind of nod to him as he takes us to the place.
He's like, all right.
Again, apologies for the face. You have to forgive me for defending my the people I care about. As I'm sure you would do the same.
Don't worry about it. I do the same.
But
he's like, all right, here's an area where you guys can stay relatively safe for the night. He kind of points to like an old decrepit building. The first floor seems to be mainly intact, but the rest of it is kind of in shambles. Looks to be like it was an old bakery or something, as there's like a big, nice window out front. Or what used to be a window out front. So,
so I'll just
he basically leaves you guys there.
Yeah, kind of sit down, take a little rest, and prepare for it, and just wait for any word or anything like that. And at 8, we said we would start searching, but until then, we'll wait for any word. All
right, now it's Jeff.
Jeff's turn.
And
should I like heal myself while we're doing this?
Yeah, I mean you didn't take any. Oh yeah, you did. I mean it's a short rest, so.
Yeah, I didn't take much damage, but I took some.
Yeah, so just take your like hit dice for short rest if you wanna. Alright, so Jeff, what you doing, boy? Once you get to the town square. What?
I mean, what time is it for me?
It's like
back at like 11. It's about 11:30.
It's 11 p.m. So it's like dark. I mean, does the king know I'm gonna protect him?
No.
No.
Like literally nobody knows about our plan.
So how am I supposed to protect? Alright, I guess he's probably asleep. What would Jeff?
Did this man forget the whole like stealth aspect of his protection and for surveillance part?
I mean, I want the king to know I'm protecting him. How am I gonna get paid otherwise?
God, this man just wants to get paid.
This man is jeopardizing the mission because he wants to get fucking paid. Oh my god.
I mean, that I wouldn't know what to do at this time. I mean, I'm just like waiting around. I guess I'm gonna just
I
walk
think
around
Elise is still with you at this time.
the festival area. Yeah. Pues caga.
Yeah.
All right.
They're still. Hey, Jordan. Drixonus is with them, so at least he's with an adult, right?
Well, there's. Never mind.
What?
I was gonna say, well, there's Kiara, but.
Okay, a teenager does not count. All right.
Look, Kiara's not a teenager. She's just.
Yeah,
Just
well,
to say,
kinda
her
like-
and Jeff get along very well.
I know, a teenager, unfortunately. We're going to have.
Okay.
That's why. Hey, that is why Elise, and even though Elise gets into some unsavory things, Drixonus, the adult, will keep generally Jeff in check.
Drixon, I like how Drixonus is Drixonus, the necromancer that just wants to raise dead bodies for her guardian, is the most responsible one here.
Yes. Why do you? That's kind of sad that like Hughes just knows like, my God, you know, between those two, Elise is better, but Elise will go off and do same things sometimes. Alec here, who's the fucking drunk, like,
Nobody knows about Alec.
and he's like I'm literally just like
A
Drixonus.
little bit of backstory on Alec. When they first arrived in the city of Sirius, the party went to a bar, or went to an inn to stay there for the night. There was an old man playing a banjo, and they kind of like got into a competition with this banjo man. Alec did, and he got piss drunk.
Got
And,
blasted.
like, he almost started a bar fight, I believe.
Yes.
And you guys had to stop it. Then, when they get in the good books with the Silverblood family, which is the matron of the Silverblood family, is the Silver Dragon.
Yeah.
He gets drunk there, and then ends up having to sleep. And then they end up having to rescue him because during the fight he slept through it because he was so hungover.
Yeah.
So he's kind of the party drunk.
Like,
Alright, I'm back.
he's really good at stealth and like range, but he's just drunk all the time. And it was just like,
That makes him stronger.
and I'm just like, yep, the only adult here is, as Jordan said, the person that raises dead bodies is the adult in the group right now. She's, unfortunately, I gave her the hardest task, even more than the mission, of watching the kids. You know, make sure they do their homework, make sure they don't accidentally kill everybody because of some stupid greed, but you know.
No. So, what am I doing?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
What are you doing?
I said I'm gonna walk around the festival area.
Alright.
Oh, okay. So you're walking around. You can see like, some people are finishing up, putting their booths together. Majority of the other people have like kind of left, but some seem to still be like setting up their booths this late into the night. There's one guy who's got his booth. It seems that there's almost like flames coming from like the tarp on top.
Is it on fire?
Maybe. You can't really
Can I
tell
go
from this
ch-
difference.
Can I go
This
check
distance.
if
Yeah, you
it's
can
on
go check.
fire?
So you can you go and check this man's tent, and then you can see the guys just like chilling. It looks like this tent is very much on fire. Like the tarp on top of this man's booth is very much on fire. It seems to you, and he's just casually sitting there. At the
I'm
booth.
gonna cross the arms and be like, Like I'm gonna say really loud, like.
He's like, hello there.
Some nice visual effects you got on your type.
Thanks. It's a magic enchantment. It's not actual fire. Don't worry. I kind of assumed you can't worry because you thought it was actual fire. No, don't worry about it. It's all good.
And visual effects, how do you? Was it like an illusion?
It's a magical enchantment, if you will. It's basically a fire, magical fire that won't set anything on fire. If you catch my drift, if you understand.
Is it hot?
Like,
Is it like an
I
actual
mean, why don't you
flame,
go out and
or
touch it?
Can I reach it? How do? I mean, I
Oh,
would have
well, actually, now I think about it, you're kind of short. I
Like
mean, you
what?
can't reach it.
You
to.
gotta
There's a
show
ladder
it.
nearby.
Kiara's like, I can lift you up with my shoulders if you want.
I can boost you.
Is there a ladder nearby?
There are no ladders there, but
How do you
Kiara's
make
like, come on, come on. It won't take that long. Or would you rather me toss you up in the air and then you grab and then you reach out for it?
Probably not.
I think that'd be cool.
You know, I'm just like, how do you make one of these flameless fires?
It's a simple magical enchantment. I think it's like a level 1 or a cantrip, maybe? It's a very simple spell, really.
Is it? What's the name of it?
I gotta look up the name because I forget it, but it is an actual spell.
Is it? I haven't seen this spell like that.
There's a spell that produces a heatless flame.
Mm-hmm.
I
That
don't think it's
just
a
gives
level
off light.
0. Unless it's not for wizards. Maybe a druid thing? Is he a druid? I'm confusion!
Give me a sec.
It's like, I need to look this up.
Light? Shines like a torch?
It's like
No, but that's... It's light. This is not light I'm seeing at the top of this. Actual fire.
yeah, there's a spell that could do that. I just don't freaking remember who uses it. It's a
like,
spell. Let's
I
just
like how you made this one thing on fire.
because I know it's a spell, but I can't remember the spell.
Alright, well.
But let's just insert spell name here.
Mm-hmm.
This spell.
That's so cool. I'm just amazed.
Just the awkward pause of
I know.
silence.
The pause. He's like, "Yep. Now, if you come tomorrow, you can see me do some flame juggling."
So, this is your booth about like just this flame magic?
Yeah, I'm a flame magician, if you will. I'm amazed by this. Alright.
Jeff has a very simple mind, everybody.
Nah, well, I mean, so I'm glad your tent's not on fire.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just go in a different direction.
Alright.
Still thinking about this flameless fire.
Is
The
anybody...
heatless
Oh, yeah,
flame.
so is
Yeah.
Kiara and them with them?
Yeah, they're with them.
So is Elise and them with them, or did they split off?
Elise is still there. They're
Oh.
all like, there's like just a group of them.
Okay,
walking
so
around.
the group is still staying together.
Are they following? No, I don't
Mhm.
know.
Well, I mean, you guys are supposed to be relatively together. It's just like when the actual stuff starts happening, you should probably start splitting off.
Mhm.
No.
Like, I didn't say specifically you guys had to leave each other around. I just figured that once, like, everyone would realize, oh, hey, once the crap starts hitting the fan, we should actually split up into our teams.
Yeah, I mean that's what's gonna happen.
Because,
I'm guessing
unfortunately, one of us is not here to play that. Are you just gonna, like, get, like, kind of, like, play along with what happens with Elise's team, or are you actually gonna roll for stuff?
We'll figure that out when it comes to it.
Like, that's a play by ear.
She might go in the NPC box.
Mm.
So, how many people am I with? Like 5?
Let's see. Drixanis, Kiara, Elise, Alistair, Alakir. 5.
Holy shit.
Sorry, say it again?
That's
6
Yeah, there's 6.
Do I want to walk in such a crowd? I mean, I don't know what to do.
He's like,
Alright,
"Do I wanna walk
alright,
with
how
these
many of these?
bozos?"
How many of them are tired? Like, are you guys tired? Like, do you guys want to rest up?
Okay. You just hear Alakir speak up. Like, I could use a drink.
Of course.
That's probably not good.
Hello?
everyone else is kind of just like, I'm sorry, I had to contain. um, everyone else, Drixtanis is like, if everyone wants to go and if people want to go and rest, they can. I will still search around a little bit while, see if I can find any of these runes that you've told me about. But if other people want to rest, they can. And Kiara's like, I don't mind searching.
Nah, I don't care.
Well,
If you want, you may leave, but keep the
Kia,
drinking.
Alikara's like, well, I'm going to the tavern. And
Keep-
Elise kind of just tags along with him.
Keep the drinking to a minimum.
Yeah, yeah. He's like, waves his hand as he
No,
walks
no.
away.
Who's going with him? Elise?
Elise.
Elise? You're gonna control this guy. I'm leaving it to you. He can't get blackout drunk. It's fine and maybe like mumbling drunk, but blackout drunk is a no.
No.
She's like, I'll try. And then walks away. with him.
Unfortunately, his older sister isn't there to keep him from freaking drinking, so. Oh, yeah. We should probably describe that relationship. So, Alakir, basically, Yolandris, at one point, Hugh thought that Yolandris had a thing for Alakir. Nope, it's this that she's like an overprotective older sister for him. And, yeah. That's the reason why he doesn't sometimes drink around her, because, she, like, makes him stop stuff. And actually act like an adult.
Good old Alikar.
Yeah.
Anyway. So what are you guys doing? What's the trio?
So I'm gonna keep searching. If they wanna, I like going solo. I'm alone.
Alright. Jasana's like, I suppose I can take Kiara and we can go and look on the other side of the square. And both of them kind of head off. So, you can give me a search check.
Hey,
And see what you see.
how is that? What?
What happened?
I rolled a 0.
The bot's broken. Stop. Just don't use the bot. It's retarded.
Alright, give me what?
This is the second time this happened. Last
In a
stream,
row.
you can see it as
It
well.
worked.
I don't.
But it's a 1 through.
How in a 1 out of 20 did you get a 0?
It worked for me.
Ah. I didn't know 0 was between 1 and 20.
Man,
Apparently, to dice roller 3000, it is.
I failed. This is why I failed Common Core, man.
Should we leave it as a 0 or should I just roll?
You can just roll again. I mean, wow, you can't get a 0 on
No,
a 20
that's not fair. Like, that's not even possible, so no.
I rolled a
Did
19.
did the dice
I want
eviscerate
19
itself?
is 0. Wait, a spot check?
No, search.
Search. 29.
The freaking dice, you rolled it and it just spawned out of the world.
Imagine you actually roll a dice and you get a 0.
The suddenly has another side to it.
It's not even that it adds another side. It's like the thing opens up and it's just a negative 0. It's just like negative numbers now. And it just says 0.
Alright. So what I see,
You broke in physics. is
What'd
what-
you get altogether?
29.
Okay. Jeez.
Yeah, their spot is a
Yeah.
lot better than mine.
This boy be searching.
I look around for a lot of stuff.
So you start looking around, you know, trying to notice anything out of the ordinary. And, you can see, like some other people, like I said, setting up their tents. There are some guys working on the main stage still, like, getting some finishing touches on it. There seem to be, like, just some other civilians, like, walking around. Strangely, there's a lot more people than you would expect
Well, I mean,
to be walking around.
it's the day before the festival, so everyone's like finishing up and stuff.
Yeah, but these people don't look like civilians. These people look like they should be workers, but they're kind of just walking around, surveying the area, and not really, like, checking for, like, any of the boosts. They're just kind of walking around.
No. Did anyone look shady in particular?
Yeah, there's a couple of them. There's a couple of like human guys walking in a group.
What's their clothing like?
They look like they're just wearing like regular workman stuff, like plain cotton shirt, some like leather trousers.
Any other? All right, so there's that group. Anyone else?
Then there's just like some other random people walking around. Like that seem, like that seem that they should be working on something like part of the construction crew.
I wanna just keep not follow, but like pretty much follow that group.
All right, give me a move silently check.
I'm not trying to like tail behind them, but sure. I wanna keep using the bot. Give it the benefit of the doubt.
Do it.
Dude,
That's
the moment I got 0, I was done. I'm like, nope, no
Do
longer.
it.
I think it's time to stop.
I move
I got
silently.
a 2.
I got a 16.
I mean, it doesn't matter because your move silently is super high. But, well, I need to roll for them now.
Use the bot.
Sure, why not? I'll use the bot.
It's a nat 20.
But so
The last guy.
one of them probably.
Nice.
One of them probably see.
What you got? A 16?
Yeah.
No, you're fine.
All of them? What? Really?
Yeah.
I was in the poor part where everyone can see you and be stealthy. You're in the rich part where everybody has 2 left feet.
Doesn't everybody?
Well, if you're SpongeBob, you have 2 left hands too.
Oh god.
Alright.
Does everybody forget that?
No.
I don't think it's like a. Well, I mean, yeah, canon to SpongeBob. That's a fucking thing. Like, the whole thing about what was it? I think it was the Fry Cook episode where he was like, the Poseidon or whatever came down. And he's like, did you pull the spatula from the grease? And he's like, the royal fry cook must have like 2 left hand, or what was it? Oh, he must be left-handed. And he's like, actually, I got 2. And he like pulled up 2 left hands. Random bit of SpongeBob.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. I didn't also realize how much of a meme that Gaston from Beauty and the Beast was.
No.
Until I simply...
La croissant.
Good song. No one breaks like a stone. Man, if you don't know what we're talking about, look up Gaston. But well, it's something. I'll tell you in a moment. One sec.
Gaston, but every Gaston is croissant.
Yes. Why does it have a picture of Carl?
Because he's the one who said croissant.
Oh. Also, that like there's that GIF picture of him when he's doing that face.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Where his
really
face looks
weird,
really messed up.
and his arms are backwards. That's
Yeah.
really weird. Like when you just pause. Like I thought that was something people added in, and I've actually gone to the original movie that I own and paused it to see. That's a real thing. It's just a frame that's really awkward, and his body contorts like it's something in The Exorcist. Like, man,
I'm back.
artists sometimes they just draw a bit too much, and they cross the line into what's that word? The uncanny valley. Yeah.
Alright, so back to the Andy.
Yep. I'm not cutting any of that. That was an amazing commentary right there.
Alright.
Other
So, yeah, I'm here. So you're like kind of following these dudes around.
Yeah.
After like.
Go
5
ahead and
minutes
keep
of them
going.
just,
I'll be right
trailing
back.
them slightly, like not really, like right on them. You kind of see them dip into an alleyway.
You heard me?
Mm-hmm.
I'll be right back. Go ahead and keep going. It's recording, you guys. I'm just gonna go get something to eat real quick and bring it up.
tu agua, date pedido. En la cuarta, mía.
So what you wanna do, boy?
So I mean, I followed them for 5 minutes. Have they
They
done
dipped into
any
an alleyway.
an alleyway? All right.
Hmm.
I guess I'm actually gonna now figure out what the hell they're doing in this alleyway. So I'm gonna follow up behind them.
All right. So you follow them into this alleyway. Like they're taking off their clothes.
Uh,
And like putting on some like leather armor.
mm, mhm.
And that they kind of just continue to walk further down this alleyway away from the town square.
Did, what do they do with their actual clothes? Did they
They
put
just leave them there.
just put it there? Alright. So once they kind of leave the alleyway, I want to inspect their clothes.
All right. So you go up. Give me a.
Ma, Edith te está preguntando para ti. Ma, ¿ah? Ay, yo creía que te quería hablar o llamar. ¿Dónde está tu celular?
Ugh. Give me an appraisal check.
Appraisal. Alright, let's see. Oh, I actually have some points in appraisal. Okay. Alright, shut up. I got a 14.
All right. From what they look like, you can tell that they've been thoroughly worn. It's not as like they just they just put them on to like blend in. It seems like they actually did like do some work in these clothes. You don't really find anything out of the ordinary on them, like any insignias or symbols or anything.
There's no like note on it or something.
Mm-mm.
Could it be just cards? Alright, so I'm gonna like get out the alleyway and see if I can spot them again.
All right, so give me a spot check.
7 plus 7 plus 6. What is that? 6, 6, 12, 13.
You cannot seem to find them.
Hold up. Hold up.
All right. So, how's everybody doing out there? You guys.
So I lose sight of them. That actually makes me kind of worry. What kind of area am I in? Like, what do I know to my knowledge?
You're like in the market area now, so there's like all the inns and everything.
The inn. Remember that one inn where there was a bunch of guys dressed in leather right by the guy singing?
Mm-hmm.
Is that in vicinity?
I mean, yeah, that inn is in this area.
Can I go to that inn?
Yep. Let me. I have a sheet of names.
Good thing I remembered them. I wonder if it's those people. I think those people were thugs.
Yeah, it was the Loyal Raven. All right, so you head down to the Loyal Raven, and yeah, you can see those guys sitting down inside. in like the corner having a drink.
Can I?
Yo,
Are they thugs? Do I remember if they were thugs or not?
you didn't really look too much into them when you were there. You kind of just like noticed that there were some guys in leather armor,
Didn't they?
like chilling in there.
I'm trying to remember if they tried to cause trouble, because this is when Alokir got drunk. The music was
Yeah.
riling up.
They kind of just walked out afterwards.
Do I want to? Alright. 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 You know what? Do it the Jeff way. Get a. I'm getting a fat beer from the bartender.
Alright. Well, let's say you paid like 7 gold for that beer.
Alright. Let me just take away the 7 gold. I'm gonna sit at their table.
Alright.
And chugging this beer, I'm gonna slam it down. I'm like, why'd you guys get change in the middle of an alleyway?
And one of them looks at you like, oh, what are you on about, mate?
I saw you guys change in an alleyway. You got naked, you got in your leather suit, and you're here. You left your clothes lying there.
This is already just like super creepy. Is this some gnome guy comes up to you with the beer in his hands like, I saw you change in an alleyway. So he, the one guy who spoke to you was like, oh, what are you, some kind of peeping Tom?
And what are you guys? Some kind of thieves? Some kind of hoodlums? Trying to cause a ruckus in this peaceful town?
Oh, we're just trying to make a living, mate.
A living?
You got a problem with that?
What kind of people making a living leave their clothes out in the street, huh? Huh? Seems like you guys are up to something. Don't care about your clothes, right? Didn't your mothers tell you that better?
He was like, why, who are you to tell us how to live, eh?
Don't you live
Oh,
in
Johnny,
clothes?
I think this guy's got a problem. You see
Yeah.
this guy? This is like this half orc dude that they're with. Kind of like put his hands together like all over the table and look at you. It's like, oh, we've got a problem, boss. You got some kind of issue with us?
Are you? I just want to know why you acting so suspicious. You up to something in this peaceful town?
Hey, listen here, listen. I don't know if you've noticed, but this ain't exactly the most peaceful town around here. Now, we're just a couple of buds, looking out for each other, trying to make a little cash on the side. Alright? Now, if you have any problem with that, then we can go outside and talk it out.
What
And if
kind
not, you're gonna leave us to our drinks.
What was that last part he said? Something about
He
cash.
said,
Trying to
trying
make
to make a
some
little
cash
cash on
around.
the side.
How do you guys make you some cash? And you know what? Just to like persuade him a little bit, I'm gonna just like put a bag of like 50 gold on the table.
Give me a diplomacy check as you like with an advantage as you put this gold on the table.
My diplomacy. Hey, my diplomacy is up. I'm smart.
Oh my god.
28.
He said I'm smart.
28.
Alright, give me a second. I gotta roll for this guy. That's gonna be. That's a hard score to beat. Oh Jesus. He's
Fuck
just
off.
like,
You beat it?
yeah, you beat it.
Ah, what?
Blew it out of the water. He. Why you get so excited?
Because I don't know if it's good or bad. He beat it. How do you beat it?
I know he
got
didn't
mad.
beat it.
Oh.
He didn't beat it.
Oh, I heard you say he beat it.
Might be. I might have said that. My mistake. But no, he did not
That's
beat
what
it.
might. Alright, but he didn't beat it. Alright.
So he looks at you and he's like, "Look, we were doing some construction work for the festival. That's all.
Hmm. But what's this about leaving your clothes on the road? You know, you don't care about your stuff.
That was just a temporary outfit.
Temporary outfit.
As you can see, we've got these sets of leather armor.
In this world, does leather armor count as clothing, or does I
I
guess it.
mean, people wear it. I mean, usually people in cities that are wearing it are gonna be like guards or like, you know, personal bodyguards, town guards, or like maybe mercenaries or stuff like that.
Yeah. So, so y'all ain't up to no, bad doing.
Look, we're just as harmless as the next group of guys, all right?
Nah, my bad then. I'm gonna give them 2 gold each.
All right.
I disturbed them enough. That's 10 gold gone, but that's fine because I know when I'm disturbing the peace.
He's like, oh, this peaceful. This town was peaceful. I was disturbing it. All
Plus,
right.
they could have just jumped me.
I mean, they could have been shot at you in the middle of the tavern, but they didn't. All right. So where do you?
No, I'm gonna give them the 2 gold. Like, have you guys seen anybody shady around? You know, I'm trying to like keep the peace around town. You know, that's why I gave him the 2 gold. I'm hoping like that would give me.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So they're like, the first guy that talked to you, more like a little scrawny looking guy. He's like, there's a weird cactus around town.
Cactus.
Characters. I'm not really sure where I'm
Oh.
trying to go with this accent. I don't know where I'm going with this accent, honestly.
Don't worry about it.
It might just switch into like an Irish accent.
I don't question it.
He's like, oh, there've been some weird characters around town. Not really sure what they've been doing, but there's always some weirdos around.
They've been doing construction work. Construction work. What kind of? Where have you been doing this construction work?
Not for the festival.
Oh, so they were just like setting up booths and all that.
Yeah.
¿Qué pasó? Alright. ¿Qué cosa? La caja de pumper. I mean, ahí está los pumpers. Ah. No. ¿Que tú quieres ponerte un pumper? No. Right. I'm gonna leave him to it then.
All right. Dun, 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 dun. All right. So now what you want to do? I assume you're gonna finish off your drink.
I chugged it. So.
All right. So
Uh,
you want to leave the tavern or you want to stick around?
yeah. I mean, is there anyone else in the tavern? Is that guy playing that instrument?
The banjo, yeah.
That guy lit. Anyone else in there?
There are a couple other like just townsfolk around. Unless you want to give me like a search check, I can give you some more definite.
Let's do that. Search. 8 plus 18.
All right. So you looking around, trying to like see basically who's visiting the old freaking. I already forgot the name. I just pulled it up. The old lawyer Raven.
Oh yeah. That's it.
There are a couple of other people around. Some look like just some normal townsfolk. There seem to be like one or two like wizardy types inside. There's like this one old dude sitting at the bar. Looks like he's drinking himself into the hole. That's about it.
No one really piques my interest. Fuck that old man. I think he'd kill himself, I think.
Oh my god.
Nah. Yeah, I'm just leave the tavern.
Alright. So at this point, after you're trailing and like following these guys, it's like 12:30.
It's getting dark. Actually, it's already dark. So it's already. I guess I'll go back to the festival area.
Alright. So you
I'll
go
go on
back.
top of a rooftop.
You're gonna climb on someone's roof near the town square.
Is there like a clock, like a town clock, that like
Yeah, there's
oversees
like
the
a
festival area?
there's like so it's like a plaza, right? So it's like a big circular area. On one of the sides there is like a nice big clock.
To the top of the clock tower.
Give me that climb check, boy.
Is there no door? What the fuck?
Not all the way up to the top, no.
But there has to be a door that like.
I mean, there's a
with
door to like
ladders
walk
and
in,
stuff
yeah.
to,
But
to
there's
the
not,
top of the
like-
clock, like not to the actual tip top, but like inside the clock itself.
I thought you wanted to go all the way. Okay, yeah. There's like
Well, I
stuff.
might do that afterwards, but first
Yeah,
I
there's
gotta
stuff
check.
to like get all the way up there.
Yeah, I want to get
or
inside
get
the
up.
clock tower and to the
Yeah, you
highest
can go
floor
on.
I can.
Well, actually, the door is locked because it's fucking 11 at like 12 in the night.
Ooh, I am a master of lockpicking.
So he says.
So I got thieves' tools. That I'm pretty sure that entitles the lockpicking thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that gives you an advantage, but I'm not sure how much of an advantage.
So
Let's
sleight of
look it
hand.
up. Let's find out what you get from this thieves' tools real quick. Thieves' tools, 5. Contains tools you need to use the disable device and open lock skills. Alright. So apparently open lock is a skill.
Yee,
Do you have that skill?
yee.
Alright. So basically just allows you to yeah, so you're just gonna give me a roll and then add your open lock skill.
No. The tick contains which grants a 2 circumstance bonus. I'll get a +2.
That's the masterworks.
Oh. Fucking masterworks. And you take without these tools. Without the tools I have to take a -2.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look at that. Me thinking ahead without even knowing. Alright, so I got an 8 plus open lock 7. 7 and 7, 14, 15.
Oh, your lockpick breaks trying to open this lock.
Shit. How many lockpicks do I have? Or there's the thing that
Let's say you have like 5.
Alright, so I'm gonna put a 4 out of 5 just. Skyrim right here, boys.
Basically. And so you can hit that DC.
Alright. Let's go again. Ooh! Alright, it's not that. It's close. How much did I say my open lock was? Open lock is 7. That is a 26.
Alright, you pop the lock open.
Hey.
And
To
the
the
door
top.
swings open as you run up to the top of the tower. It's like one of those, you know, like when they show like Big Ben, and they have like the little window you can open inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can like open the window on like
That's
the
what I
face
was
of the clock.
hoping.
Mm-hmm. And then you can like see out over the town square.
Can I see inside the clock? You know, like where all those gears are and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Anything? Is everything working? Is like everything like good
Yep.
and do spot? Alright.
Everything's moving and shaking, doing its thing.
Then out the window and we must observe. Batman style.
So you wanna climb out the window and up to the top?
Is there a ledge on the outside window? Or is it just the window?
No. It's just a window.
Oh shit! I'm gonna die. No, I'm gonna just look out the window.
he said, he's like, I tried to die. If I fall from this height, I'm dead.
I do
You
have
won't.
survival.
There's no guarantee that you'll be dead.
I mean, true, but I'm just gonna look out the window.
Alright, you just look out the window. Kind of observe what's around. You can give me like a search check if you wanna see anything.
I have eagle eyes. Mm, 23.
23. From up here, you kind of like try to look for any ruins you can see around or anything out of the ordinary.
Mhm.
Everything actually seems to be going pretty well. You can't spot any ruins, and other than like those couple like people that you tailed, the
Yeah.
leather boys,
Mhm.
everyone else at this time of night is basically dispersed. Other than like the odd squirrel or like bird or something that flies by, you don't really see too much.
I'm just stoke out the place. I'm gonna stay here for like maybe a good hour and a half. Just keep searching the area. If I just pretty much see if I see people jumping from roof to roof or like hiding and stuff.
All right,
Searching out for crime, pretty much.
what are you, Batman now?
Maybe.
All right. So you basically go around looking. You basically spend like what, an hour? You said an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So it's like so it's gonna be like 2 o'clock. About the time you finish.
Mhm.
So like through your watch, you don't really nothing too big really happens.
Mhm.
Maybe you see like a couple drunk people kind of walking through the square towards their houses. Um, some of them kind of like get into altercations with each other every now and then. Like you see like a drunk dude
Mhm.
like walk up to this other guy. That's like they're getting angry, having fights between each other, stuff like that.
Have there been anyone I've seen multiple times? Just that one person I keep seeing.
There's one guy who's pretty drunk that keeps walking around in circles around the square. Eventually, he passes out around like 140 ish. He eventually like just passes out in the town square.
Alright. Uh, I really like this clock tower. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave the clock tower.
All right. So,
Can I relock it?
I mean, I guess you could, because all you have to do is lock it from the inside and then close the door.
Oh, alright. There you go.
All
Yeah, I'm
right.
gonna relock it.
So you relock the door, and yeah, I mean, unless you want to do something, if you unless you want to do something else, everyone else is already resting at this point.
I guess I'll go. I go like sleep on some like the end.
Okay.
Yeah, I wake up early. Yeah.
So it's gonna be like 15 gold coins for a room. Which actually no, which tavern you going back to? You going back to the Loyal Raven?
Where's Where's the Alistair?
Alistair? Holy crap! I forgot about Alistair. Let's say that she went with Kiara and Drixanus.
Mhm. Didn't they?
They went searching around for runes.
No. Have I spot them at all during my time up there?
I mean, yeah, you saw them walk around a little bit, and then you saw them go off to like a tavern nearby.
Nah, I'm gonna go to the Loyal Raven. I'm gonna sleep there.
All right. So if you're going to Lair Raven, it's gonna be probably like 10 gold pieces.
Alright.
Sleep there. I guess we have to wait for Antonio now. This is gonna be the next like phase is the morning of the festival.
Didn't even spend that much gold. Alright.
Yeah, I didn't have to spend much gold bribing people.
I mean, I didn't bribe them. It was more like a courtesy coin.
Because you threatened them in
Eee.
the middle of a bar.
And I saw their naked bodies.
I mean, you honestly, the imagery of Jeff standing like behind a crate in an alleyway, watching 3 men change is a little
I thought it
unsettling.
was 5.
No, it was 3.
Oh. Wait, what? It was only 3?
Yes.
I took way more gold than I.
Oh.
Alright, so I thought it was 5. I gave him 2, so it was only 3. So I give myself back 4 gold. Hey, 4 gold back.
Oh boy, those savings are adding up.
Oh yeah, what?
He's like, you think this is a joke?
That's a
serious.
sandwich right there, my guy.
Oh my god, that's a bacon, egg, and cheese you're about to say.
No.
Yeah, don't even lie.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, you know, in this world, if it has bacon, eggs, and cheese, it's my kind of world for me.
It also has tomatoes and lettuce.
Yeah. Maybe a BOT at some point. And if I decide that I have like high cholesterol or something, I don't know how people find that out in this world. Blood pressure.
How would you find that out, actually?
What you doing? I'm making a burger.
While the adventurers survive dragon fights and everything, what they cannot fight is high blood pressure.
What is happening right now?
Because we just ended like we just ended his little section that he was doing.
Really? That was
And
quick.
then afterwards, we were talking about freaking, because he bribed these guys. You guys remember when you went to the banjo off in the tavern?
Yes.
And there were those 3 dudes sitting in the corner that were like thuggy.
Oh yeah.
So they were working
With the
as
call.
like construction workers
Oh.
for some extra money,
Yeah.
and Jeff followed them because they kind of look suspicious, right? So he followed them into an alleyway where they changed into their leather armor
Yeah.
as he like sat behind like a crate and watched.
Yeah.
And then he tries to follow them out, loses them, but then remembers where he saw them, goes right to that tavern, then like harasses them, be like, "What were you guys doing?
Oh my
like
god.
changing in an alleyway, leaving your clothes behind."
And what happened?
They were just like, "Look, man, we're just trying to make some extra money on the side."
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And then he was like, "Well, all right. Have you seen any people around? Blah blah blah." Then he went up to a clock tower and watched from there until like the night was over.
Mm.
But then afterwards, we were talking. I don't know. He said something. He was like, he thought it was 5 people. But there
Yeah.
were only 3 dudes, right? So he was like, "Oh, I saved 4 gold. I could use that on the sandwich." It's like, that bacon, egg, and cheese.
Oh my god.
And then he started talking about if you could see, if there was like magic to see if someone had high blood pressure or like high cholesterol.
I would just look at Jeff and he's just like a clot. A living clot. Hi, Cookie. That's my... Yes. Meow.
Expecto cholesterol.
Oh my god.
There's like a fucking monument of me because I'm like the greatest fucking blessed. I like saved the world and shit.
Alright,
And
I'm
they're
going to
telling
stop this
stories.
episode here because we're at 2 hours again.
They're
Alright.
telling stories about me. It's like, how did he die? High blood pressure.
How'd he die? A bad heart and alcoholism.